Hi, this is Angela at Scrapbook Techniques. Thanks for joining me as I go through the Cut Above layout kit for February. I will show you how with this kit and a few of your own supplies such as adhesive, some journaling pens, you can create 2 double page layouts. They are fantastic and so easy to do. Great if you're running short on time for scrapbooking, or if you're just getting into scrapbooking and not really sure what your style or supplies need to be. These are a great way to learn and to get some scrapbooking done. So these are the 2 layouts that we're going to be working on. This video deals with layout number 1 here, this great little spring 5 photo layout, double page layout, great spring colors. And so we're going to be working with that. I will link the video below where we're going to be doing layout number 2 in a separate video. So let me clear my desk here a little bit and let's get started and let me show you how these kits come. Okay, so you can already see here below, these are the 2 heavyweight cardstock pages. One is a very nice grid pattern and one is a half grid pattern and a half plaid pattern. Now this is all smooth. These are just 2 pieces of paper. In addition to this, you will get some stickers. This I have already cut out the layout 2 stickers, so ignore those little holes there. In addition to that, you're also going to get die cuts. I've already punched all of mine out. There's some great flowers and leaves, some frames. And in addition to all of this, you will also receive these great photo mats kind of showing you where to place things, kind of a suggested photo placement in terms of how many photos, what sizes, and all of that. And for this particular layout, this is the general 5 photo. You have 4 3x4s and 1 4x6. Keep in mind, you can always change a couple of these 3x4s into a 4x6. You could do the same thing over here, combine these together. So again, these are just some suggested layouts to fit in with the frames and everything that we have included in this kit. So with that, let's get started and let's see how quick and easy we can actually do this. Okay, for right now, I'm going to go ahead and remove my photo placement cards. And I am going to start with adhering all of the stickers on each of these pages that's going to create this great kind of striped diagonal background. Okay, I'm going to start with this great little blue, looks like a faux stitched. And I'm just going to line it up here. Make sure it goes on nice and straight. Okay, here we go. So we can see there's that nice background there. On this side over here, our page 1, we're going to go ahead and start with some of these border strip stickers. And we're going to bring these in about 2 inches from the side of the page. Okay, and you can see I'm just kind of lining that up on my mat with the 2 inches and 2 inches. You'll notice that I am creating with 2 double mats, and I do this intentionally, 2 12 by 12 mats, because if I really need to scoot something up, I really need to move something out of the way, it's really easy just to pick up that entire page on this mat and move it along. Super simple. Okay, we're gonna next go with this blue and flowery stripe, and this is going to go right up against our pink, which is why it was so important to get that pink on straight. And again, nice and simple, just lining that up. Here we go. All right, our next one is going to be this really cute yellow, kind of a 2-tone yellow border strip. And we're going to again line that up right next to our blue. There we go. And our last is going to be a repeat of this really playful plaid that's over here. Super cute. See if I can get it on here straight. There we go. And bring this the rest of the way in. There we go. All right. So that basically has our backgrounds, okay? So now let's look a little bit at, so we've got some more stickers here that we'll use to kind of embellish them a little bit. But let's go ahead and let's start to lay out our photo placements and where all of our photos are going to go, okay? So we've got this cute little Polaroid here. We've got a couple of really cute little scalloped frames here and here that again will just kind of help our photos pop up off of this really kind of busy background that it's on. All right, and then there we go. We've got this cute little pink background, kind of ballerina pink here. So now you can see our pages are really starting to come together super quick, super simple. All right, so what we're going to do is because we have these frames, we've got a choice. We can either put our photos over them or we can put them under them. Because on this one, this is just my sample layout. This isn't the one that I'm going to do with pictures of my daughter and family and all of that on here. So I am actually going to place these 3x4s to remind me to go back and to put those pictures in. And then I'm going to put my frames on top of them. So it'll look a lot like this. And this is how I'm going to adhere everything down. Now, I did leave out one super important tool that I use all the time, and that is my T-square ruler. The other thing that I really like about using these mats is I have a great place to hook my T-square ruler on right over here at the side, and I can then run this ruler up and down to help make sure that I get things on here straight, because without the ruler, it is not going to come on here straight. Okay, so let's start on our page 2 here really quick. Go ahead and just lay these over here so they're kind of all in the right place. So I'm going to start by first of all adhering my photos down. And I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to kind of look at this just a little bit. So I know I've got 2 photos here. And I know that I kind of want that to be somewhere right around in there. Okay, so I will probably bring this up to about the 3-inch mark, and that is where I'm going to adhere this little photo place card. Again, just reminding me later on what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in and I'm going to place my 3x4 photo over this. Okay, so let's grab ATG gun super quick. Going to put my adhesive on, make sure that my paper is all straight here on my mat so that I can use my mat edge as a guide. I'm going to start about 3 inches and I'm going to place that photo there. I'm going to leave approximately, let's say an inch. Yeah, let's leave about an inch in between them. I'm going to do the same thing with this little photo placeholder right now, just because I don't have my photos printed. And I'm also going to make sure that I am lining this up straight with the one below it. There we go. Now it is time to come in. I'm going to move this out of the way quickly, so that I can come in on this side over here. And that's where I want my top mat to be. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere my photo placeholder onto my pink mat. Again, just a couple of runs. And I am just going to eyeball this in terms of getting it somewhat similar all the way around and straight. And then let's put our adhesive on the back of our mat. Make sure everything is all lined up here. And I'm going to line that up about 2 inches from the top. And I'm going to leave, pretty similar room here on either side. Okay, now let's go ahead and add in our frames. Now for these frames, since they're a little small, I am going to use one of my little needle nose glue sticks, or excuse me, liquid glues, liquid adhesives. Oops, and of course it's going to decide to clog up. There we go. That is the only bad thing about these, is they will clog up. Nothing that we can't fix really quick with a sewing needle. There we go. All right, let's try this again. There we go. Just a nice thin line all the way around. There we go. Try not to have any excess glue anywhere. Perfect. All right. And we are just going to center this right over. Now again, I decided to use liquid adhesive on purpose. And you saw I kind of lined it up there and then I kind of moved it around a little bit. So liquid adhesive gives us that ability to do that. And our great HEG guns and all of that don't always do that. So here we go. Nice quick little bead of glue around. I'm going to line it up relatively straight. Here we go. And then realize when I come in with my actual photos, they're going to be placed right over these. Okay, so that is the base of page 2 done. So let's move it out of the way just slightly, and let's come over here to page 1. Okay, so again, we've got the same type of scenario here where we've got a 3x4 photo and then we've got this mat, so I will be doing the same thing. And we also have the same thing here. Now, I will tell you, one of the things I don't like about this layout, the way that it comes standard, is I really feel like this frame kind of gets lost. There's not enough contrast with this great, dark gray background and these dark gray stripes and all of that. So what I'm gonna do is I have decided we've got this great ballerina pink over here. So what I have decided to do is to take this canary yellow here and basically go through and give these edges just a little bit of yellow color just to make them pop off of this page just a little bit. Again, this is completely voluntary. You don't have to do this. I've got my canary ink, I've got my dauber, and again, I'm just going to run this right along the edges. I still like the look of the white Polaroid, but again, as I lay this over here now, you'll be able to see there is much more definition, and it kind of really helps stand out and will help that photo stand out and not just get lost in this sea of white. Okay, there we go. And again, it's quick, messy, simple, coordinated inks, all of that. I've got my little ink dauber. So now when I bring this back over into view here, you're gonna see that we've got quite a bit of color now on this page, which is really good, and it really makes this type of frame stand out better against this very light gray and white background. Okay? All right, so let's get these laid down here, okay? So I'm gonna start with my 3x4 here. And I'm going to put my adhesive on. Going to make sure I am somewhat straight on my mat. I will grab my T-square ruler, and I'm gonna come down probably about here, probably to leave about 4.5 inches up there on the top. Actually, maybe a little less. There we go. And I'm just going to center this right here on these strips that we put down. Okay. I move my ruler out of the way. Bring my little glue right back in. Nice thin line of glue everywhere here. There we go. And now we're going to pick that up. And again, we're going to line it up as best we can, knowing that we have a little bit of wiggle room. Very cute. And you can see those white scalloped edges really pop out of there very nicely. All right, this little 3x4 here. Here we go. So again, I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to bring this up probably about 2.5 inches from the bottom once I get everything straightened out here. Okay, there we go. About right there. Let's come up a little bit more, maybe about 3. Yeah, I like that. Maybe about 3.5. There we go. All right. So there is that. Now again, this is my border frame. So I'm going to put a little bit more glue down there. Nice thin lines all around here. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to center this little guy up as best I can, knowing I can move him around a little bit. There we go. So that, if I had my photos printed, I am now ready to embellish, decorate it a little bit, do my journaling, figure out where I'd like to do that, and be done. Okay? So let's start here. I'm going to start on my title area over here. And it basically says, I adore you. Okay? So I'm going to start with actually the U here. And I'm just going to pop this out of the sticker sheet really quickly. Maybe really quickly. There we go. Okay, because this, I'm going to build from the bottom up on this title. Well, that was not good. All right. So what I'm going to do with this U is I want to kind of tie it in, overlap just a little bit here on this frame. Not a lot, but just enough to kind of tie it all in together. Okay? So come back with my little adore banner here. And it will go right there. And my eye, take this little eye right out of the stickers here. And we're just going to layer him right into here. All right. Now let's start working on our combination of our big floral embellishment down here in this area right here. Okay, so this is going to be a combination of stickers and die cuts. So I'm just going to go ahead and start to kind of bring everything out, kind of figure out what I like a little bit, where I think it should all kind of go. Let's find all of these little leaves. There we go. And some of these will go over on the other side. There we go. Oops, got the little green one. There we go. All right. And again, what we're going to do is we're just going to keep layering these on here and trying to kind of figure out where do we want them, what looks good, what's the best in terms of pulling in a lot of different colors and all of that. Whoops, that little guy. Okay, and again, what you're going to notice here is that I'm overlapping, and I'm kind of intermittently overlapping, placing some in, some under. Kind of a good rule of thumb that you want to kind of think about is you want to be able to come in and we want to add some dimension to this, okay? So we've got a couple of layers on here, so we don't want to make it too much. but we do want to come in with just a little bit of dimension here and there. So what I am thinking about doing is, I really kind of like this. I like the way it's kind of overlapping, it's bringing in, so when it touches both of these frames, it's kind of bringing everything in together. We don't have any trapped white space anywhere. This looks really good to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start adhering these down, knowing that this particular flower here will probably be raised with some dimensional adhesive. So I'm just going to set those there just to kind of keep that in mind. Now again, I've kind of got everything laid out here really the way that I like it. And so when I do these, what I like to do is I like to use my liquid adhesive. Again, just a thin line. Because again, keep in mind I can move that around a little bit. There we go. So right there. And again, I can just slide pieces out very easily without having to remember exactly where they were. Where does that placement need to go? I'm going to overlap these just a little bit and then overlapping over to this frame. Okay. This one, of course, I'm not going to do anything with right now because I am going to put some dimensional adhesive on it. So I'm going to go to my furthest point out again. And I'm going to start with my liquid adhesive there. And again, I'm going to just kind of slide that in there without moving too much of anything else, although I did move a few things, that's all right. There we go. Okay, let's go with these little blue leaves here next. And again, because leaves are typically under flowers, I do typically try to put them at the very back of my stacks, if that makes sense, or the very bottom of my clusters. Because again, it kind of makes sense. You're looking down at a flower and you typically see kind of where, you know, the flower's on top and you look down kind of through to the leaves. So that's just kind of my rationale for how I do these. All right, let me go with this yellow flower next. And again, I'm being careful that I don't get any trapped white space in here up around the edge of this border. And let's go with this very pretty smoothie flower here. And again, being careful that there's no trapped white space. And now we're ready for this guy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my largest dots here. And keep in mind when you do your dimensional adhesive, you want to place enough on it that you don't have any saggy parts. Okay, so I want to be able to look at this and not be able to push down anywhere and make it sag in. Okay, that actually looks great. Peel off the other side of the adhesive here. There we go. And now we are going to place this little guy right back up here in the center of everyone. Perfect. Okay. Over here, now we do have a little bit of an issue here because I don't have my photo in here. If you notice, when I stuck down this leaf, I only stuck it down to the frame. I left room to be able to tuck my photo in there. Well, we've got a little bit of a problem here because this is a sticker. So what I'm going to do is, instead of having this come in, because I still need to put my photo in here, instead of having it come in here, I'm actually going to raise this up a little bit and bring it right here, kind of right in there. Okay, and then from there I'm going to take my heart. And I am actually, whoops, let's find our larger. I think one large pop dot should be good for that. Here we go. And I'm still going to add that little heart right there to complete that cluster. Okay, page 1 is done. Quick, simple, easy. Let's go to page 2 real quick and let's finish it up. Okay, this uses a lot of stickers and has kind of this nice little faux banner down here at the bottom, which is great. So we're going to start with these stickers. We've got this little faux tag sticking out from the top. And now we also have all of these very cute little banner stickers that we are just going to tuck in right here at the bottom. Let's make sure they're somewhat straight. There we go. Cute little canary yellow one. And one last. Here we go. All right, we've got this really cute hello. Now again, I'm going to have the same issue here. If I put it up here, I'm not going to be able to sneak my photo. Now I could put, some of, talcum powder or something like that on there, but I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to bring it over here and let this tuck in just a little bit behind my photo there. Just right there. And now let's finish up this last little leaf cluster up here. Okay, we've got our flower. We've got some darker leaves coming out. All sorts of blue leaves. That looks really cute. I never think to use blue leaves. There we go. Something just like that. Okay. Now again, I'm going to look at kind of where this is, make sure that it's overlapping my frames, again, kind of tying everything together. But I'm not going to put any adhesive where it might actually overlap my photos where I need to place them. Okay, we're all done with our sticker sheet, so we can throw that away. We are also all done with our die cuts. So let's adhere these down quickly. Oops, I shouldn't have done that one first. Okay, again, nice thin little line, and I'm just going to bring him in right there. I'm going to move him just a little bit. And let's bring him just right in here. And again, I'm not going to tack it down quite yet because I'm kind of weaving this leaf kind of in and under and on top. So super easy to do. Oops, take my flower. All right, here you can see we have our finished double page layout ready for 5 photos to go on. And it was that quick, that simple, that easy. I will leave a link below to the full article on my blog that includes where to subscribe for these kits, and also the class sign up to sign up for our Zoom meetings where we do this together with a great group of ladies. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll hit subscribe and like this video. Thank you.